If you want to see how I made this cute trick-or-treat bag, continue watching. So we're gonna start our simple bag, Halloween candy bag, with our big US 10 millimeter needles, and then we're gonna use our black yarn. And so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with making a chain of 50. So just kind of make a slip knot, and then put your needle through the hook, and you can do different colors, guys. This is such a simple bag. We're literally gonna make a rectangle, just do knitting and purling, and then after that we'll do the design and then sew the sides. That's how easy it's gonna be. So this is gonna be one. All right, so you're gonna go like this, and then you're gonna go under, over. There's a lot of ways to cast on, so just kind of do it the way you do it usually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 47, 48, 49, and 50. If you have a long tail like me, you can cut it later or keep it, it's up to you. So now we have 50 chains on our row, on our needle. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna knit the first row and then purl the second row. Knitting the first row, you just go through the front of the yarn, go through the back, grab your yarn that's attached to your bowl, loop it around, and then pull that yarn through. So like this, pull this around, pull it through. And it's a little bit loose, so we can tie it a little bit. So again, go in the back, grab your yarn, go around, and then go forward, 2. And you're gonna do that the whole row, the whole 50. So I'm telling you guys, this is the easiest bag you've probably ever made. So continue doing that till the end, and I'll meet you guys at the end. All right, guys, I just finished my row of just knitting the whole thing. And so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn our work around and we're gonna purl. And that's what you're repeating for about 100 rows. So you just did 1 row, so you need 99 more rows. So you're gonna, now this way, you're gonna stick it towards the front. You're gonna grab your yarn, loop it around, and then push it out. So front, yarn around, go through the loop, and then take the loop off the hook. So there's a lot of videos on YouTube to watch how to knit and purl, because that's all we're doing. I think it's called Stockholm stitch, I want to say, but this is very easy. This is what I use for my cardigans, my tapestries, and all we're doing is making a huge rectangle. So this is going to be our row 2, and we're going to continue doing this: knit 1 row, purl the second row, all the way until we have 100 rows. I want this bag to be kind of big for Nolan when he grows up to use it as a candy bag. So let's continue knitting, and I'll meet you guys when we have our rectangle. This is so easy, guys. And you can tell the knitting row by, if you look at it, you see how, sorry, you might not be able to, but there's these stitches. That's a knitting row. If you look in the back, you kind of see these like, I don't know, horizontal stitches. That's a purl row. If you do ever forget, you kind of stop and go to the bathroom or something and you forget which row you're on. Easy way to remember. So continue doing that, guys, until you have 100 rows. So this is our second row, and I'll see you when we start doing the design. All right, guys, so I finished my long rectangle. I think I did end up doing over 100 rows, but we'll count it later. And so now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna take it off our needle. So what we're gonna do is, so we're on a purl row, if you can see. You could be on the knit row, it doesn't really matter. I just decided it's time to take it off. So we're gonna purl the first chain, purl the second, perfect. And then we're gonna use our first needle, and we're gonna grab the first chain that we did from the right and kind of pass it over. And then that's it. Now you have 1. And then just continue that. So purl the second chain. We're gonna grab it over. So this is called casting off. So again, purl. And if you're knitting, just do the same thing with knitting. And then you're gonna grab the first chain, slip it over the second one, and boom, let it go. So you're gonna do that all the way until the end. Perfect. Perfect. So just take your time, guys, and I'll meet you at the end. All right, guys, so I just finished casting off everything from the side, and I just gonna chain one, and I'm gonna cut off a long tail because I'm gonna use this yarn to sew later after you design the side together. Because pretty much what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold it together like this. We're gonna sew the side, and then we're gonna do this triangle thing, so that, and then do the handles, and we're done. But first, let's do the design. So give me one moment. I'm gonna count how many rows I have and where is the middle. So give me. All right, guys, so I did some math, and so I ended up doing 114 rows. If you divide that by 2, you have 57 rows. So this is my 57th row right here. So this is half of it. So we fold our bag for now. And then what I did is, because we had 50 total rows, we gotta find the 25th stitch, which is right here, the middle. And then looking at the chart itself, it is 36 rows long, and we have 50. So what we did is I subtracted, so 50 minus 36, that gives us 14. And then 14 divided by 2, because we want ours to be centered, which equals 7. So we're gonna have 7 rows from this stitch markers empty, and then 7 rows from the top empty. And that's gonna give us the middle for our chart. So now let's get started with our chart. It's super easy. We only need 2 colors, orange and yellow. So I grabbed this orange. I am going to use, we're also gonna use our yarning needle. So cut a little bit of the orange. And then I'm gonna use, let's just use this, actually, let's see where my other needles are. All right, guys, let's get started. I'm so excited. So what we're gonna do is, remember, we're gonna make sure it's 7 rows above. So we're kind of gonna go all the way to the left, our best that we can. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect, this is the 7th row. And then we're gonna do is we're gonna count 9 from the left, and that's gonna be our starting point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this chain is gonna be our first chain. So I kind of going to lift it very quickly. Don't take your eyes off of it. Perfect. And then we're just gonna put our yarn through it. And that's how we're going to start. I usually leave kind of a good end to tie it later if I want to, but let me just double check. So 7 rows, so perfect. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make 2 chains next to each other. So hopefully you can see, it's a little dark. So the way you make the chains is you follow the V stitches, and that's what duplicate stitching is. It's really fun, guys. It's very addicting. And so V stitches are, you should notice the V stitches is your knitting side. Your purling side looks completely different. So this is how you do the design. So you're gonna go into the hole at the bottom of your V stitch. Then you're gonna use your yarning needle, and you're gonna go on the top of the V stitch, so the V stitch that's above, and you're gonna go through both of the bars, if you can see. Hopefully I can zoom in pretty well. And then you're gonna pull that yarn, and then you're gonna go back in the same place that you started. There is better videos that I have on my YouTube channel showing the V stitches. You can also just kind of Google how to do duplicate stitch on YouTube, and you'll get a bunch of results. So let's continue working on this. Then we're gonna do 3 chains on top. So 1, go back to the same hole, next stitch. And really take your time, guys. One thing I recommend, don't make it tight. Looser the better. Fills in the whole stitch. All right, 2. And this is such a simple chart. You only use 2 colors. After orange, we're done. We're just using yellow for the eyes and the creepy smile, and we should be good. So let's continue working. And so each V-stitch is a 1 square on the chart. Hope that makes sense. So, and I'll have the chart down below, guys, so you guys can follow it for sure. All right, and then we're gonna go on top and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. 1, 2. I think my little guy is eating the charger. Nolan, no. Don't do that, baby. No, no, sir. No, sir. Does anyone else have kids that watches my YouTube? If you do, comment down below. Congrats, Mama. 1, 2. Perfect. What are you doing? You're just standing there? You're so cute. So you guys continue doing this. I'm gonna show you just a few more. So we're gonna stop for a second and kind of go over this and the chart. Look how nice this looks. I am so excited. All right. So if you look at the chart, you see all the way on the left, we start with 2 chains. Then we go up to 3 chains. And then we go up to 5 chains. So the next thing is going to be 6 chains. So we're keeping the same. And that's how you know the V-stitches. So continue guys following the chart. And I'll meet you when we're done with orange. And I'll meet you when we do yellow. And then I'll show you how to sew the sides and do the handles. I thought I should do a few more lines. So now let's do, again, 6. This is our row 4th. If you see, we're just gonna do 1 out and then 1 going all the way back there. So again, just do your V-stitches. Keep it loose, guys. Perfect. 1, 2. So you're gonna go into the bottom of the V-stitch that you wanna do. Then you're gonna find the V-stitch on top and go through the bars of that stitch. And then go back in the same hole where you started at the bottom of the V-stitch you're working on. And then go to the next one. That's it, guys, very simple. But this design, it just adds, you can add anything to this type of material. So anything that's V-stitches. So if you needed something before, you can add really cool charts. And there's so many cool charts. You just gotta go to braceletbook.com. I know most people make bracelets out of this, but you can use them for anything. I've used them for tapestries, for sweaters, vests, now bag. And yeah, and then just, you can also make your own, which is really cool, I think. And so now we're gonna go 1 up, because if you see, we're gonna go even more, so we're spreading. So now we're gonna do 1 out, perfect, and then 1 out on the other side as well, kind of expanding. So 1, perfect, and yeah, so just continue doing this. Take your time, there's no rush. And so you're just gonna continue working on this, guys, on your own, just kind of going around the orange, and then do the yellow. I'll come back for the yellow with you guys. And then just really take your time. Enjoy this process. Drink some coffee, listen to podcasts, watch TV, whatever you guys do. Just keep doing it. All right, guys, I finished the orange part of the chart, and so now we're gonna do a little bit of yellow and we're done. That's how simple it is. So we're gonna find our 3 chains if you look at the chart, and then in the middle chain, we're gonna count 3, and on the 4th chain, we're gonna start our work. So again, just go through the V. Perfect, just like this. Make sure you leave a little bit of tail, like I just leave a little bit. We can tie it later. And then we're gonna go in above the V. We're gonna do our V stitch. 1. Perfect. So I'm actually gonna go on top. So there's a chain right next to it. And so this yarn is kind of funky because I'm using my recycled yarn. So perfect. 2, and on the third, you can see there's a chain on top of the third chain, and there's also chains going down. So I'm actually gonna do the one on top real quick, just to kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit better. Perfect. So, 3, and this is the mouth of the chart, if you're wondering. All right, and then we're just gonna keep going, doing our thing, and it's gonna be 3 in a row downwards. So 1, 2, bottom, and then third one. All right, so I'm gonna time lapse this, guys, and then just to kind of get this chart done quickly, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to make the bag shape, and then crochet probably the handles. Alright guys, continue working on this and I'll see you at the end. Alright guys, I am so excited. We finished our design and now it's time to sew the sides. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it inside out, and we're going to start where we have the biggest, the biggest yarn that we had left over. We're gonna use our crochet hook. We're gonna go through each side, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna just slip stitch. So here we go once. All right, and then we go to the next one, and then just slip stitch. So go into available space and then just do your best slip stitching. So you're gonna go through one side to the other, bring in the yarn. You have 2 loops, and then you go through one, and just continue doing that all the way till the end of the side. Don't worry about if you're like not sure if you miss it. Just kind of spread it. If you do, it's okay. But yeah, just kind of keep spreading your V chains, and then you should be able to see. So it looks like this on the inside. So continue working all the way till the end, and I'll meet you guys at the end. Guys, so I finished sewing one side. Look how good it looks. I'm so excited. And so now we are gonna do the second side, and I'll meet you on the time when we're gonna do the sides to make it more square. Alright guys, we just finished sewing both sides of our bag. It looks amazing. So we're still gonna work on the inside out. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip our bag this way. And then all we're gonna do is we're just gonna sew a little bit of this corner together. So I'm just gonna use, probably just new yarn. So let me see. Grab a little bit of my yarn. Perfect. We're gonna use our yarning needle, and then all we're literally gonna do, guys, is we're gonna, so we have this triangle, and we're just gonna start, I don't know, anywhere really. So I'm gonna start like, let me see, 1, 2, 3. There's not really like a way actually you're doing it, and you're just gonna go back and forth across that line. Just do your best, because that's gonna be our corner of the bag. If you see bags, you know how they have those edges, so that's what we're doing. So I like going back and forth a few times. Perfect. Just like that. And then I'll show you what it looks like. It looks really cool. Cool. So we finished this side, right? So I can't put my finger in there because it's sewed in. So when we flip it, look, we have like a nice corner. I don't know which one I like more, the corner or the no corner. Let's do the other corner and then see how it looks. So again, we're gonna flip it inside out. We're gonna take this triangle looking thing, some yarn, use our yarn needle, and let's do it. Just like that. easy, don't overthink it. And then let's go back. All right, perfect. So let's see what it looks like. Nice, so we got a bag. It looks good. And so now the last thing we have to do is make handles. So let's get our yarn and make 2 handles. Just randomly gonna place the handle kind of more to the right. So we're gonna take our yarn, and we already have a loop on there. Kind of tighten it a little. We're gonna go through it, and then I'm gonna chain 1. Perfect. And then we're gonna just do a single crochet in the next, let's do 5. 1, 2, so 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. And now we're gonna chain 1, turn our work, and do single crochet again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Chain 1 again, turn our work, and continue doing that. So we're going to continue doing single crochet of 5 chains. You can do bigger, you can do smaller, guys. It's all up to you. And we're just going to do maybe 50 rows. Nothing too big because it's not going to go over the shoulder, you know. He's just going to hold it and then open it, you know, trick or treat. So we're going to continue doing this, and then I'll meet you guys when I am almost done to let you know how many rows I did for mine. All right, guys, time to attach our bar. Let me see how many I did. Nice, so I did 60 rows for mine, and now we're going to attach our work. So what I'm gonna do is, let me go from behind. I'm gonna use my hook. So just make sure that your strap is straight, and then we're just gonna grab the yarn loop that's on the actual work. Perfect. And we're gonna pull it through to our bag and attach it like that. Then we're gonna go to the next V-stitch, and then we're gonna go into the next and slip stitch. Perfect. And do the same thing for the next one. V-stitch and slip stitch. V-stitch, pulling yarn, slip stitch. Sorry guys, I know it's hard to see because it's black yarn, but I hope you're able to. Nice. I'm not a big fan because it doesn't look as smooth, but I think it's okay. And I think what I'm gonna do at the end, I'm gonna go around doing a single crochet on top of each. Perfect. So now I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. One of these to the other side, and then I'll meet you guys at the end. What we're gonna do making the strap, we're gonna count 11 rows from our middle part where we attached everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. Go in that 11th row with your yarn, and then you're gonna do chain 1. Perfect. And now we're just gonna do 5 single crochet in each chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going into those V stitches, and 5. Perfect. We're gonna chain 1, turn our work around, and then do 5 single crochets for 59 rows. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Chain 1, turn your work, and continue doing that until you have 59 rows. And then again, we're gonna attach it. Just count 11 from the side where you sewed both ends with slip stitch, and then we're gonna attach our other strap. So continue working, and I'll see you guys at the end. All right, guys, for this strap, we just finished our 59 rows. And what I did is I counted 11 from here plus 5, because we're gonna start working on this side first. So let's do this. So we're going to grab the loop and pull it through the V-stitch, go into the next V-stitch, go into the next chain, the second chain, and slip stitch. So all we're doing is slip stitching here, guys, and that's it. You're done with the bag. How simple is this cute candy bag. Chain 1 and cut your yarn. All right, guys. You can also knit the straps. You didn't have to crochet it. That's just what I did. But look at this, guys. Trick or treat. Look at this, guys. Trick or treat. Give me your candy. Little cute. If it's any bigger than this, I would worry for my kids' cavities. So I think this is a perfect size. Trick or treat. Trick or treat.